Never die. 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 Never die.
Fuck you.
All right, it is 7:39 a.m. Friday fucking morning, and before I get into today's podcast, I want to thank Blackstone Labs for sponsoring me, sponsoring this podcast. You can get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. Look, you're trying to get jacked, you're trying to get shredded, you're trying to put on muscle, you're trying to get gains in the gym, you're trying to fucking change your body, change your lifestyle. Well, guess what? Blackstone Labs can help you, and you can get 20% off your entire order. Use promo code B2the4thpower checkout. And look, proteins, branched-chain amino acids, thermogenics, fat burners, weight burners, water loss. Look, there's so many things they sell, and it can help you. Look, they sell multivitamins with testosterone booster to give you that little extra oomph you need to grow. And look, you can get hooked the fuck up. They sell samples of everything, and you can get the samples and get 20% off the samples if that's just what you want to try. You want to try it out. You want to see for yourself. Well, guess what? Order the samples. BlackstoneLabs.com, B2the4thpower checkout. Get yourself hooked up. 20% off your entire order. Use promo code B2the4thpower at checkout. Also, too, CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. Look, no job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, they'll take care of you. That is CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. Look, if you want to cement your backyard, they'll cement your backyard. You want to cement your front yard, they'll cement your front yard. Look, patios, walkways, driveways, foundations, sidewalks, it does not matter. CH Concrete can help you, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. They're a local small business. Be out there trying to support small businesses. Look, everyone needs the help at the moment, and CH Concrete, they'll help you. That's CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. Just mention Angry Dad, and they'll take care of you. Also, to TeePublic/Angry Dad Podcast. You can get any Angry Dad Podcast merch. You can also get brand new I Married a Bigfoot merch. And I just put out new SIP Network t-shirts. So if you want to check out some SIP Network products, we have a few shirts, coffee mugs, you know, all that good stuff. TeePublic/Angry Dad Podcast. Go check it the fuck out. Let's get into today's podcast with all that out of the fucking way. Yesterday, you know, I want to say around 6, maybe 7 o'clock, you know, I got a little alert on my phone. And, you know, it being 2020 and, you know, December was going pretty well. You know, we're getting ready to lock back down. I'm here in California, and, you know, I'm like, all right, that seems to be the worst of it. Because every month it seemed to be something else, something different. You know, people are passing away, people are dying, and you know, COVID just keeps hitting us back to back to back. But then, you know, you get another celebrity death, and, you know, most people are like, what do you mean celebrity death, and why does it concern? Look, they're just a public figure. There's someone that we see, someone that we know, and it's all that crazy shit. But the thing is Debo, you know, Tiny Lister, passed away, and you'd be like, why are you going to do a podcast? Let me tell you something right now. I grew up watching this man be a villain, be a hero, be a background character. He is so iconic, so noticeable. And before he became Debo, I knew who he was. That was Zeus from No Holds Bar. All right? That was one of the first movies. I was like, man, this guy is a real deal villain. I remember growing up watching No Holds Bar. I really think that this is some crazy shit. And even when I was a kid, and like I said, I grew up watching wrestling. I grew up watching all these things. The thing is it just didn't become a movie. It became real life because they were wrestling in TV. You know what I'm saying? They had their own little stint where, you know, Zeus wrestled Hulk Hogan in actual WWE, and then he ended up wrestling for WCW. But the thing is like, watching that really fucking, like, it solidified that this is a real fucking person. This is a real fucking villain. This is a real evil bad guy to me when I was growing up. And it's so weird that someone so iconic, someone that is referenced on a daily, everyone's on, you know, how many times you tell your friend, shut up before you get deboed. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking, you know, you get knocked the fuck out. And it's just so crazy because like I said, I grew up watching all these movies, and I grabbed a list. I didn't really grab a list. I just looked up IDB. All right. And look, he starts, you know, making movies a long time ago. These are the ones that I remember. All right. Right off top, first one is Judgment Day. All right. The one after that one, Bob Wire. Man of War. Man of War was Dolph Lundgren. That was a great fucking movie. All right. Wishmaster 2. Most people don't remember that one, but he was in Wishmaster 2. Armed and Dangerous, you know, comedy. great one. All right, now here is a classic with Ice-T, Trespass. I've rented this movie so many times growing up, and just watching it's just like I said, it's just some of these iconic things is just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And you might not even remember that for that one. Look, he also, the Players Club. Come on, how can you forget the Players Club? All right. The car wash. I remember him being in the car wash. And it was so funny because he was getting yelled at in the office by the fucking boss of the car wash. Like, why would you put Armor on the brake? And this old lady got in an accident. This and that. You know, like I said, it's just hilarious. All right. Never Die Alone. Another classic. I Got the Hookup. I don't know if you ever seen that, but that's that Master P movie. I went to the theaters when it came out to see it. Now, here's one that always stuck with me because he played an iconic role with two of my favorite action heroes, and that's Universal Soldier. He played a soldier, and he played with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren in that movie. All right. Now, another one here's Goldmember. Goldmember is another classic. That's you know what I'm saying? Come on. It's Debo. All right. Beverly Hills Cop 2. Posse. Posse is an old Western movie, and that is a classic. I watched it. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've seen that movie. Because like when my grandpa showed it to me when I was growing up, he's like, "Oh, this new movie came out. It's all about this," and I fucking checked it out, and I was like, "What? Like this?" Like I said, if it was on TV, I'd watch it. All right. It's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Runaway Train, Jackie fucking Brown. All right, he was in Jackie Brown. All right, here's another one right here. Zootopia. The only reason I know he's in Zootopia is because my kids watch Zootopia, so I had to see Zootopia. Another iconic role right here, Fifth Element. He was the president, the galactic president in The Fifth Element. He also played in The Dark Knight. He also played in Little Nicky. Little Nicky is one of those favorite ones. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's a great fucking movie. All right, now check it out. So you have Friday and The Next Friday. And those movies right there are like the pushing point where he literally became an icon. He literally became I don't know what the fuck you would say, a national treasure, a fucking, globally known, you know what I'm saying? Everyone in the world's seen Friday. After Friday came out and it blew the fuck up, let me tell you something right now. Debo became a household fucking name. And you literally mention Debo to anybody, and that's Debo. Period. Point blank. Everybody knows who the fuck Debo is. It's just so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the last movie, like I said, No Holds Bar, that cements it right there for me. It's like the classic. Hulk Hogan, the good guy. Zeus comes in, all right? Tiny Lister comes in, all right, as fucking Zeus, and it's just like them standing toe to toe, him just being taller than Hulk Hogan, him having that eye, him having that Z, shaved into his head, the mannerisms, the fucking everything that was going on. It was just so fucking crazy because, like I said, that's how I knew him. All right, Zeus. All right, and he just playing the fucking demented maniac in that fucking movie was just so fucking crazy. And if you haven't seen that movie, No Holds Bar, it's a classic. It's something I do recommend you watch. I do recommend you seeing it. It's just a great fucking movie. And No Holds Bar, like I said, that's how I knew him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so fucking crazy because, like I said, I grew up watching movies, going to the rental theaters. Where I used to live, there used to be a Cons Videos, Blockbuster, and my mom would take me every weekend, every Saturday or Friday night, depending. Just pretty much always took me, and I'd have $4 or $5, and I can get 4 movies if I got the 99-cent ones. My mom would always pay the tax for me, but I'd scrape up my fucking pennies and rent all kinds of fucking movies, and they'd always seem to have Tiny in them, and it's just like so fucking crazy that Debo is gone. It's just like 62 years old is no longer old anymore. It's still young. All right, it's 62 now. I remember growing up, and once you hit 50, that was it. You know what I'm saying? You were fucking, shriveled up and not gonna make it. Now, life, everyone's living longer, and it's just when people die, especially at, like I said, at the age of 62, it's no longer, it's a shock now because it's no longer the normal. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's living longer and healthier lives, and it's just like, what the fuck? The last thing I read this morning is they still don't know what or how he passed away. It seems like natural causes. He did contract COVID fucking years ago, or not years ago, back in the beginning of COVID, I want to say back in March, he said he might have contracted it, but he passed, he fought it and he was through with it. But then they sent the police to do a welfare check, and because of the welfare check, they were like, oh shit, like what's going on, this and this and this. And so, they found him and he was unconscious on the floor, presumably, pronounced dead. So, they don't know a heart attack or if it was COVID or what the fuck was going on, because these, family members reach out, saying that they're like, hey, we're worried. We didn't see him. We didn't hear from him today. Can someone go check on him? And that's one of those things that lets you know who the real ones are. The people that are like, look, they really care about you. It's so fucking crazy that, that happened. Saying that it does happen, or like, that we're all caught up in this pandemic, and it's just like the small things, And with all this being said, and Tiny rest in peace, it's just like, pay attention to what's fucking going on with your loved ones. Pay attention to what's, check on people. Call them. You know what I'm saying? Double check. If you ain't hearing, look, drive to their fucking house, knock on their fucking door if they ain't answering their phone, and just check on them. Because you know what? A lot of people are just worried about themselves, and the thing is, we need to start worrying about our loved ones, our family, our friends. That things are getting sketchy, things are getting out of hand, and it doesn't hurt to give a call. It doesn't hurt to check. It doesn't hurt to fucking, report in. Like every time my friends leave, my family leaves, I'm like, look, text me when you get home so I know you make it. It's just one of those things, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, text me in the morning when you wake up, or whatever the fuck it is. Just take a moment, take a second, just fucking reach out there. It's a lot of crazy shit fucking going on right now, and it's just so fucking crazy that someone passed away. And like I said, they have a little spot in my heart because I remember growing up watching them and seeing them. I'm a big fucking movie guy, and he always played just like intense roles, or fucking like that menacing character. And I always remember seeing him like, oh shit, and then I would recognize him like, oh, that's that guy, that's Zeus. That's it's just and I heard he was a real nice guy. He'd play the Debo character and fucking get everyone all riled up, but then he'd be like, oh, no, I'm just playing. He's a very loving, kind guy, off and on camera. So, it's always good to hear those kind of things, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple of friends that had some interaction with him, and he said he was a real great fucking guy. So, that, it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just fucking ranting on or stuff like that, but it's just, like, so fucking crazy that, that all this is happening, and 2020 is just fucking, it just keeps taking. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully when 2021 hits and we normalize, hopefully, and we fucking get back on track, open up the fucking world, and get back out there, that, stuff starts getting back to normal. It's all about taking care of yourself and taking care of what's going on right now. So I just want to make sure that everyone out there is actually doing these things, okay? I don't know. Well, guess the fuck what? This is the Angry Motherfucking Dad. I want to watch my shit, IGTV, YouTube. You want to listen to shit, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe. All that bullshit, all right? I'm also part of the SIP Network, the slightly irregular podcast network, group of powerful podcasters out there. Putting our podcast out there at simpnet.us. You'll find every one of our podcasts. Check them the fuck out. Support. It helps us out. Like I said, that's why we're together. That's why we put our episodes out there. That's, we're a group of guys on the same mission, trying to reach everyone out there with the little bit of happiness that we can put out there. So that's sipnet.us. It's a network, SIP on Twitter, SIP Network on Instagram. All the notes, it's all in the fucking notes. BlackstoneLabs.com, B2the4thpower checkout, get yourself hooked the fuck up. cathconcrete, serving the San Francisco fucking Bay Area. Just mention me and they'll fucking take care of you. TeePublic/Angry Dad Podcast, get yourself taken care of right fucking there. And guess the fuck what? I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Never die. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living.